Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Rio Durant from the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series. This is an absolutely amazing figure, but before we take a look at it, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. Here it is, pretty standard for what we've seen out of the Black Series. As always, nice big window on the front, as well as an image of the character down here in the corner. On the back, that image is repeated again, and there is a brief description. And of course, if you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So, like I said, pretty standard stuff, so let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself. Now, Rio here stands at about 4.5, 4 3/4 inches tall, somewhere in there. So he's right in scale with all of your other Black Series figures. And he does come with 3 accessories. The first one here is his goggles. The lenses, as you can see, are actually translucent, which is pretty cool, and then it's a nice soft rubber so that whenever you put it on his head, you can kind of stretch it on there and get it to stay a little bit better. These do like to fall off when you're posing the figure, but if you put them on at the end, they pretty much will stay where you put them. Up next, we've got his blaster pistol here. No paintwork or anything, but it is nicely sculpted, which is good to see. And this does fit into the holster here on his side. It's a tight fit. You kind of have to like wedge it in there a little bit. But the holster is stretchy, so you can actually get it in there. And it will definitely not fall out once you've put it in there. It's actually pretty difficult to get it in and out of the holster there. But it does look nice once it's in there. So up next, this is the final accessory here. This blaster, which looks a lot like a paintball gun to me, but no paintwork or anything on this one, but it is nicely sculpted and everything. Really, one of the only complaints I have about this figure is that I wish he came with 4 accessories so that you could put one in each of his 4 hands. Seeing as that's probably the most interesting thing about this guy, I wish they had given some accessories that kind of accentuate that. But that being said, I'm sure this figure was more expensive to produce because it's got, you know, all of the different engineering that they had to figure out, so I don't mind too much, and you can always steal some extra blasters from another figure. So as far as articulation on this figure goes, it's pretty good for what it is. He's got a double ball peg in the head here with a really nice range of motion. Then each shoulder has a ball hinge with the swivel that will go 360, ball hinged elbows with a swivel, and then hinged wrists with a swivel. So on 2 of the hands, the hinges run horizontally through them this way, and on the other 2, they run vertically. And I think they're inverted. So on this one, these 2 are the same, and these 2 are the same, which is sort of an unusual design. And one thing I will say too is you can really get a lot of posability out of these arms. It looks really, really cool whenever you've got all of his arms out like this. As soon as I saw this guy in the movie, I could not wait to get a figure of him just because he looks so cool and he's so different. Here at the waist, he's got a single ball peg here, and all of his like web gear stuff here is a floating piece so it doesn't get in the way of the articulation. And as you can see there, he's got another ball peg at the waist, which gives him just a little bit extra range of motion. At the hips, he has T-jointed hips with a nice range of motion in all directions, except for back. It's kind of limited there, but in all the other directions, it's really nice. There's no thigh swivel, but he does have hinged knees with a swivel. Pretty decent range of motion on those, and they did an excellent job sculpting the joint so that even whenever it's articulated, you can't tell that there's a joint there. And of course, this is where the swivel for this guy comes in. And then he has a hinged ankle with an ankle rocker. So overall, this guy is just awesome. I love the design of the character, and I think Hasbro did a really nice job incorporating the extra limbs into their articulation scheme while still maintaining, you know, a lot of articulation, because that's pretty tough to do, especially here in the chest. So really, really cool figure. I recommend it 100% to all collectors just because of the novelty of having the extra arms. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.